The caricature is expressive of the factual scenario as it is. These senators, with tremendous respect, who chair or who populate the PAC, had these accusations leveled at them. The question is now, why didn't they call for a censure motion against the COG, or they who spoke on that allegation that, look, you are steeped in bribery, you are actually blackmailing us, you want to corner us into defending A, B, or C, and D. And while at that, Honorable Sakaja himself said that, look, I've appeared before the Senate for 2015, sorry, I heard him say 2015. 2015?
He wasn't governor then.
He wasn't the governor. And he said his predecessor and they who were there, and that he has appeared over 10 times and so on and so forth. Well, I'm not very certain about the figure, but really, the few times that I have seen him, I don't think the Senate has really questioned the accountability, the application of funds that they have allocated, and even this takeover of Nairobi City County by the executive. They haven't really represented the Kenyan people, because public participation was put, after the event, and the whole shenanigans have played out without consideration to the people. How has the Senate protected the Kenyan people? To date, the Senate, to their shame and disgrace, have never passed the impeachment law. To date, against the governors. When we were having the impeachment proceedings against Honorable Sonko in 2019, there we had the question, because the procedure was laid down. The speaker then is vested with this power to overrule you, and you have legitimate legal questions, because that's a quasi-legal platform. The Senate would rather go on some other issues, with tremendous respect to them, rather than question that. Look at the issues that cross between the Senate, because you asked me about the Senate, if it's a toothless dog, probably it has no teeth, probably it's not even going to acquire any. Look at the passage of the conflict of interest bill that the National Assembly did, and yet it directly affects governors as well. The office of the deputy governor has absolutely no role today. That you ask, who is the deputy governor of Taita? Would you care to tell us? Some of those deputy governors are not known. They have never passed any law to circumscribe the role and the scope of the deputy governor. So the deputy governors are their flower girls, if I may use that euphemism. And in the end, the Kenyan people are shortchanged, because these become overlords. And because they have now the control of the purse, they can be able to, and I don't want to put it away, that really there could be that bribery thing. And the president, he said, oh, I'm a consumer of raw intelligence, and therefore there was money that changed 150 million. I want to ask them, the conflict of interest bill, when it came for debate, the senators ought to have said, in my humble view, because if I was on the floor of that Senate, I would have said, wait, we need to have a mental test of the president, of the governors who are there, or the deputy governors occupying those spaces. Today, do we have that? The Kenyan people are left to watch. And she said about the mental state of the president, for instance, ought to be giving us on an annual basis a report from his medical practitioners to show that we can verify that he is in a mental state of, I'm using the example of a law and the failure of the Senate.
I'm more concerned this time round about how this is playing out in the public. The Senate is an institution vested with the powers to check what's happening with the county administration.